Hello everyone. In today's video, we will see how to teach kids numbers 1 to 10. For some reason, students love counting, and I know that. That is lucky because numbers are a basic part of almost any young learner's course, starting with counting up to 5 or 10 and moving on to money, dates, times, and the rest. But the early stages of this process includes making this endlessly repeated topic always new and interesting, because I know sometimes parents they don't know how to make them understand. It's not that they can't write. वो बहुत अच्छे तरीके से लिख लेंगे 1 to 10, but sometimes it's just like cramming. उनको नहीं पता है, they don't know like what are the numbers, what numbers mean. So what I believe is that there are different stages of teaching these numbers, Like what I believe is like counting up to 10. Then there should be counting down from 10 to 1, and we call it reverse counting. Then we can go with counting things. Then understanding and responding to spoken random numbers between 1 to 10. And I think that being able to say random numbers when shown the figure, that is also important. Recognizing and responding to the numbers written out as words, like number word recognition, word shape recognition, and recognition of certain key letters, right? Being able to write the numbers. So before just telling you what is the perfect way of writing numbers 1 to 10, I just want that verbally they should know it. Like suppose first we should include the counting up and down. The simplest way of doing this is getting louder and louder as they count up, and then quieter and quieter as they count down. Like we can start like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how. So they will also know ki numbers there are greater numbers, okay? And now while doing the reverse, it could be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? So they should know that 1 is the smaller number, whereas 10 is the greater number. Right now I'm not taking the concept of 0. I'll take it later on. Or the other activity which we can do is like we can just tell them the placement of numbers on their body. Suppose the number 1 will be our head, number 2 eyes, number 3 nose, and then number 4 will be our lips, then number 5 will be our neck, okay? Number 6 will be our chest, 7 will be our stomach, 8 will be our thighs, 9 will be our feet, and 10 will be our toes. So that's how we can go, right? So there are many games just to make them understand this concept. Now what else? Now counting things, okay? There are plenty of games where kids can count how many of something there is. And the best things for students to count are things that are around them at home, because this is more fun and active, because we can always ask them to run around and touch things as they count them in response to the question like how many windows are there. So they'll just go. We can add a little bit of intellectual challenge to this, okay? Now the other things which I feel is random numbers, okay? Like they can go and they can count, but what I believe is that we can always give them the random numbers, like running and touching the figure on the wall. Like I can say, okay, you have to touch the 4 photos on the wall. So they'll just go and touch the 4 photos, okay? Or I can ask them like, okay, holding up that many fingers, like, okay, now you have to hold your 9 fingers, okay? You have to hold up your 2 fingers. So that's how it could be done, holding up any object or drawing the object, okay? And then there is reading. Then comes the reading the numbers from 1 to 10. So I think a dice is a best thing through which kids can actually they can learn numbers. Okay, so we can throw a dice and we can ask them, okay, so just read the numbers, because it's not that they have to read only if I have written 2. If there, we can ask them to read in a form of dominoes also. I'll explain in the notebook. Okay, so here we go. See, these are the numbers, like 1 bicycle, 2 flowers, 3 fruits, 4 animals, 5 birds, 6 vegetables, 7 babies, 8 toys, 9 sweets, and this is number 10. Okay, so suppose, let me just go how to start with writing numbers. I know it is too early to give them the concept of ones and tens, but one should tell them that O stands for ones and T stands for tens. So ones and tens. Okay, so whenever a child is writing, just tell them, like they don't have to write randomly anywhere. Okay, suppose I'm writing like this. Okay, let's take here. Suppose I have written like this. Okay, I'm writing like this, 1, or I'm writing now 2, and now I'm writing 3. Okay, so we have to tell them that they are supposed to touch this number here on this line. We can just give them the example. See beta, like whenever we stand on our feet and our feet are always touching the ground. Okay, so that's how these numbers are. They can't keep floating here and there, right? So this is 1. Now 1 can be written in many ways, but I guess in the early childhood education they write it in this way only, just to make it little simpler. 2. Now 2. So we will just tell them, you have to make like this and then one sleeping line. 2. The next is 3. 3 can be like one sleeping line, one slanting line, and then a curve. 3. Then comes the 4. Next 5. Then 6. Then 7. 8. I know 8 is not that easy, because this is how kids write 8, okay, just to make it easy. But this is wrong. They should know the formation. It is very easy. Just tell them they have to write S for sun, and then it goes like this, 8. Then comes the 9, and now 10. So this ones and tens concept will get clear here. So this is 10. Okay, so like now we have told them that these are numbers 1 to 10. So now repeat it daily, like these are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can always tell them randomly, okay, suppose we'll go and we'll ask them, okay, go to the kitchen and just bring 4 plates or just bring 4 spoons. So that's how they will get a knack of it. Okay, these are the numbers, these are the recognitions. It's not just that कि आप लिख रहे हो और आप उन्हें बता रहे हो. There has to be some understanding. Like I'll tell a child to just draw 5 circles. Okay, so just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like I'll ask them to make one sun, like sun is 1. Okay, so they know this thing, that sun is 1, right? Now we can always ask them to make 2 stars, 3 triangles, and then 4 candles. Okay, let's say candles, like 1, 2, 3, 4. but I always believe there is L, S, R, and W. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Let them get familiar with the numbers, their formation. Don't just ask them to write it directly on the notebook. Let them enrich the concept by playing various games, okay? And I guess the best things, if you can't do anything, your hands are the best thing, they can always play this game till number 10 with their hands, okay? So like this we can draw 6 things, then 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the way. Or the other way is in which we can ask them is like, we can just write the number here. Suppose I have written 3. So now they are supposed to make any 3 things, okay? It's 7. So now any 7 things. So that's how we can teach them numbers. आई होप फ्रेंड्स ये वीडियो आपके लिए यूज़फुल रहा होगा. सो सी यू नेक्स्ट टाइम. बाय बाय.